Alex, are you ready?
And let's try.
I'll tell you what we'll do is we shall put him into the background and then we'll find out if he's ready. Right? Okie dokie. These gentlemen.
Awesome.
Here we go. Right. Okay, fantastic. So, these guys need no introduction, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them introduce themselves, and shall bring them straight in, and we'll go for it. Okay. So thank you very much.
Thank you, chaps.
Over to you guys.
Hi everybody! We are very glad to be here and make our class in that convention. In that convention, I think it's probably the best solution what we can to do in that difficult moment. My name is Alexander Solomatin. Here is my best friend and partner Dmitry Novikov. Say hello to our audience. Actually, he doesn't speak English and. I will speak today on English, and we will speak between us on Russian, and also sometimes we will translate some things what we will demonstrate to Russian audience also. Всем привет из России, кто смотрит нас, кто дождался этой трансляции. Мы очень рады быть сегодня здесь. К сожалению, у нас не так много времени, как мы рассчитывали, поэтому мы будем работать очень быстро и говорить в основном на английском языке. Если обычные комментарии пробуем добавлять. Да, между собой мы будем общаться на русском, конечно же, и вы сможете это понять. Если вдруг у вас останутся какие-то вопросы, которые вы не поняли во время нашего объяснения, вы всегда можете написать нам потом в Инстаграм, в Фейсбуке, ВКонтакте, где угодно. So that was a little introduction for Russian audience, and we can start. Before we start, I need to explain you a little bit about us and about our business. We're working together already many years, and basically we're focusing on on two sides of our business. Firstly, we have 4 retail shops in Moscow. This is the main part of our business. And secondary, we're decorators. Это, как все знают, у нас 4 магазина. Да, и также мы оформляем праздник. And also we making decor. So we are both in one. We're decorators and we're retailers. And our class today can be interesting, especially for those two groups of people. The name of that class is No Helium, No Problem. What does it mean? I think that helium is probably one of the biggest problem of our industry, because in different countries and in different places, price on helium every time jumping. It's in some places helium is very expensive, and it makes some problem for our work. I mean balloon work. Today we will explain you how we think we can change that situation and how we can help to our industry a little bit decrease that helium problem. That class mostly will be about framing. We think framing materials is probably very good alternative how we can change helium on air in our composition. And all framing materials, in our opinion, can be divided on 2 big groups. First group is reusable materials. I mean air pole system, not lamps from IKEA, some plexiglass bases for centerpieces, and something like that. And other group is disposable materials, is PVC pipes, aluminum pipes, and also wood particle board bases. Big difference between them is, of course, price. reusable materials is very good and strong, but sometimes it's very expensive. Disposable materials is much it's less expensive and very useful and very helpful to us. Probably the main reason why we prefer to work with disposable materials is our place where we work. We live in Moscow. It's a huge city with 15 million of population. And every time in Moscow, the car traffic on roads is very, very busy. And sometimes for us, it's much more easier to leave our frames in to customers than bring it back. Because sometimes from one point to another point of the city, we can drive about 2 hours or more. And this is the first reason why we choose to use disposable materials. And of course, it's much more cheaper than reusable. Before we start demonstrate our things, I need to say how will be better to watch our class. We prepare for you presentation, but I understand you cannot read everything from the screen. I think it will be better to watch right now. Don't make any notice. Don't try to read the text. If you will find some interesting things for your business, you can rewatch after. And tomorrow we will upload that presentation and also all pictures of composition what we will make today to Facebook group, qualatex Facebook group. You can download that materials and rewatch our class if you will need it. So let's start.
Для русскоязычных скажу, что вся эта презентация завтра будет выложена в группу в Фейсбуке qualatex. Да, вы можете ее скачать и посмотреть, поэтому сейчас наблюдаем за классом.
Да. Сегодня, да, скажу сначала для русских, раз уж начал. Сегодня мы подготовили для вас 3 различных варианта, как вы можете в достаточно популярных композициях заменить гелий на воздух при помощи каркасных материалов. So today we prepped for you 3 different compositions. The first will be classical centerpiece. Second will be column that imitate giant balloon with helium and tail. And the third one would be about how to make 7 balloon bouquet with frame. So let's start. First part will be about centerpiece. Можешь сказать времени, чтобы мы уложили? Да. Все? We will make that kind of centerpiece and we'll demonstrate how to do this. All frames start every time from base. For our bases, we love to use wood particle board. We very often buy big sheets and after cut it on small pieces. So in that way, price for material is much less, and it's really very, very cheap. Also, we would like to use white wood particle board because white color can be combined with any different color. White, black, and gray. 3 colors what can be combined with different other colors. But here we have only one problem. That problem is this very dirty and raw edge. First, what we need to do with that base is we need to cover that edge by white tape. Let's do this. Take it and wrap around. That's all. Now we need to cut here. You can very easy make this with just a knife. And the last one. So our base is complete and looks very, very marketable. But price of that is really nothing. Today in Russia, price of that base is about 15 US dollar cents. Absolutely nothing. So next, we need to make a pole or rod, however you can call it. Often we use for that 8 millimeters aluminum pipes. Yeah. 8 millimeter aluminum pipe. It's very useful material, and to be honest, in our work we use it very, very often. So we need to fix aluminum exactly on the center of our base. How we can do this? We need to find center. You can very easy make it in this way. Very easy. And after that, you need to make a hole here. Now we will use for that screwdriver. And we have a hole exactly in the center. Next, we need to cut piece of aluminum on 60 centimeters. Why exactly 60? Because when we use that composition like a centerpiece, the people who will sit on that table should have opportunity to communicate comfortably. And 60 centimeters is enough for that. So people can sit and see each other. 60 is very, very useful length of aluminum. For cutting, we need to use special tool, cutter. It's very easy to find in every DIY or hardware store. Okay. And you can divide it on two parts. So that piece is exactly 60 centimeters, and now we need to connect it with the base. Insert it inside the hole, and from another side, you need to squeeze a little bit that part using that tool. Squeeze it. And after, you need to hammer it inside on the base. This connection is very strong and very easy to do. The only one problem. Now we're used screwdriver, and that hole is not exactly 90 degrees. For line work, we prefer to use drilling machine for this. You can find it in presentation after. So, when you use drilling machine, all holes is exactly on 90 degrees and all holes stand straight. So, now it's a little bit not okay, but we, with any problem, can bend it if you want. Just a little bit. And make sure you have 90 degrees corner. Okay, so the cost of all that frame is just 25 cents of US dollar. It's absolutely nothing. And when we will solve some composition or centerpiece on that frame, we just can leave it to our customers without any problem. Next, we need to cover it on that color what we want. In our composition, we will use 22-inch single bubble. So for color of aluminum, we can choose any color what we have on our bubble. For example, let's use yellow. We will cover our frame with 260. Firstly, we need to inflate all modeling balloons to the end. And then deflate it. Then cut it on 2 pieces and use that part. And make it in this way. We don't need to worry about this part because here will be 5-inch balloon clusters. But we need to preserve our modeling balloon on the top. For that, we will use piece of tape. And make it in this way. So, that piece of tape will preserve our balloon and we can add cluster or anything what we want. So, our frame is ready. Now we can inflate our balloon. To achieve better proportion, we need to make cluster on the. We need to make lower cluster a little bit bigger than upper one. So for first cluster, we use duplets inflated on 20 centimeters. 12 centimeters is exactly 0.7 second on twin air sizer. Inflate 2 droplets, make balloons round, and after we can add it on our frame. In this way. So next cluster inflated on 10 centimeters, which is 0.5 second on twin air sizer. Also added to the frame. And lower part of our composition is ready. For the top, we will use a little bit smaller clusters, as I already said. The upper one will be inflated on 10 centimeters. And last cluster will be inflated on 8 centimeters. 8 centimeters is 0.3 second on twin air sizer. Of course, all sizes what I call, we use for that 5-inch balloon nozzle for twin air sizer. Last cluster. So, all clusters now is on our frame. Let's start to work with single bubble. I want to make this single bubble with a chain of little bubbles made it from 260. For that, for fix that chain, I need to make resin twist on bubbles. If you work with latex balloons, it's very easy and it's absolutely normal to making resin twist. For bubbles, it's also very easy to make. We will demonstrate you how. Open back. And what we need a little plastic ball. That ball should be absolutely smooth. Put it through the valve. Very easy. Now our ball is inside the bubble. And let's find a right place for that. It's a little bit more easy to make it on the table. Okay. So now it's on right place. I prefer to make our composition is a little bit asymmetric, and this is the reason why I want to make resin twist connection point here. So our plastic ball in correct place. Now we need to grab it and twist a little bit. After, we need to push out air from 260 and tie that plastic ball. You need to make it as strong as possible. turn around a few times and make a note. Okay. This will be good. Now we need to inflate our single bubble. And for that need, we will use a cool air flow machine. What's interesting, that machine has 3 different modes of power. We need to choose lower one. Here is a mode for 12-inch balloon inflation. So we choose that mode and start to inflate our bubble with 5-inch nozzle. Very, very, very gentle. So now we inflate our bubbles in normal way until that moment when all wrinkles will be in correct condition. And you can see that rise and twist is not distorted shape of the bubble. So it's very useful way how to make strong, really strong connection point of bubble balloon. Now everything is ready with bubble and we can add this on our composition. But will be better to use for that need 260. We need to cut ribbon and roll our valve until that moment when start inflated part of bubble. I hope you understand me. My English is not so good, but I try to do my best. Отрезал ленточку, прикрутил ШДМочку. Да, по-русски, on Russian it's much better to explain. So, now we have a quickly single bubble, and we can add it on our centerpiece. We need to make it as strong as possible. Oh, sorry. Let's take another one modeling. That situation give me give me opportunity to demonstrate you how you make how you attach 260 to valve a little bit faster. For that you need to make a loop. In this way, and then tie it lower than inflated part starts. And make one extra note. Now we can continue. Ties to our composition. It's stable, very, very useful. And we can start to make chain of little bubble from 260. Actually, when we make some composition for retailing, especially when we use modeling balloon in our composition, we prefer to use all modeling balloons with high flow. For that need, we like to use some special adapter for high flow. This can be sold in some special shops. That shops actually sell some equipment for analytical chemistry. And this pipette on 5 millimeters. You can find it after checking our presentation. So we need to put a little bit of high float inside. And make this. Then we need to inflate modeling balloon on 3 pumps. And tie it. Now we need to connect it with 5-inch balloon cluster. And now we can start to twist small bubbles. Very useful way to make this is using your body. So, in this way. Hop. Much more faster and easy. We need one more. And now we need to connect our bubble chain with our raisin twist. Tie it here and wait when Dima finishes his part. Okay. Make one more extra bubble. And connect it together. The problem, we are twisting in different. So now we need to carve this part and tie it together. So, and now we need to fix that part of our chain. Because I prefer to make asymmetric position, to fix it, we need to use a little piece of balloon bond. Balloon bond is amazing product from Click company. We use it very often in our work. we need to put one piece of that here. And now we can fix our chain position. So now everything with that part is okay. But I want to cover that dirty and ugly place. For that we will use Tulip Twist. We already prepped a little bit. We use tulips from 260 and 350. Let's tie together few of them. For tying, we will use cable tie. Take one cable tie and shift all tulips in this way. After, we need to use a special cutter for hooks. That cable was buried. Very special cutter. Use another one. So that cutter cut cable ties in very clean way, so we can without any problem use it with balloons. Very useful tool. Now let's fix the detail here. Tie it. And cut all part of modeling balloons from rise and twist. We have some problem with internet connection. Why? I think we probably can't do something with that because we don't know what's happened. Maybe we can choose another internet. Hi guys, I don't know we are back or not. Okay, we can continue. Very good. I don't know, did you see how I attached that detail? But we need to attach another one. Take some Tulip Twist. Tie it together with cable tie. and cut by special cutter. You can find this tool in some shops what supply some shops would sell equipment for electricity. This is from there. So let's tie another detail in that place. And before we finish, we need another one here. So, that centerpiece looks very attractive and it's very fast to do. And the main idea of that is a very, very cheap frame. But we didn't demonstrate you how to make Tulip Twist with high float. It's very special trick, because if you try to make it, you should know it's very difficult to make tulip with high float. Now we will demonstrate you how you can do it very easy. So, this is 350 diamond clear with high float. If you will try to make Tulip Twist in regular way, it's absolutely no possible, because it's very difficult to grab the knot inside. But if you will make it in this way, roll knot a little bit, it will be much more easy to grab it and twist. Exactly with that way we make all our Tulip Twist with high float. One extra thing what we want to say in that part of our class. The same system of framing also can be very easy used for 18-inch balloons. But there is a little bit small difference. In that way, we use 60 centimeters of aluminum, because we use 22-inch bubble. Also, if you will use 16-inch balloon, you also need to use 60 centimeters of aluminum. In that case, with 18-inch, we use 50 centimeters. It's a little bit lower, because that composition mostly used as a gift, not as a centerpiece. And you don't need to make some so you don't need to think about how people will communicate on the table, because this is a gift. Just change the color of balloon and just change the design of 18-inch. You can receive very attractive and very efficient composition for line work. Add some extra details, like here tool, or like here some paper and ribbon. It's very useful and very easy to do. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy it and you will use our idea in your work. We need to go to next part. Sorry, just a moment. Okay. Unfortunately, we have only 13 minutes. And we will not make one of our composition. Exactly. This is a main idea how you can make imitation of giant helium balloon. But if you will check our presentation on Facebook tomorrow, you can understand absolutely everything in that design. It's very, very easy. And we need to demonstrate you something more complicated. design what we will show you will be based on 7 balloon bouquet system. Just a moment. We will make this. In last year, we invent that composition. Actually, when I invented, I thinking about how I can add plastic flowers on bubble and imitate floating, imitate floating of bubble. Sorry for my English. I'm a little bit nervous. You can find that picture in our Instagram account. That was very hot position. We sell a lot of that. And after we invented, I start to think how we can develop that concept. And we invent how to make 7, how to make with the same system 7 balloon bouquets, 5 balloon bouquets, and something like that. So today we will demonstrate you how. In that case, we need to use 2 bases. So, that's the bigger one. The same system, it's wood particle board, but bigger than for table centerpiece. The size of the base is 40 on 40 centimeters. For 7 balloon bouquet, we need to connect 2 bases like this by screws. Again, we will use our screwdriver and screws size is 30 millimeters. Okay. And we need to make 2 more connections. Okay, so here is our double base. We will not wrap that edge because we don't have enough time. Now we again need to find the center. And make hole on 8 millimeters. Okay. After that, we need to make another fixed hole around center. It's very easy to use for that needs. Just regular tape. Make 6 marks around the tape. And after, make 6 another hole. Another hole. Again, use a screwdriver. and make 6 holes. Okay, so you need to make it in this way. This will be central balloon, and this will be lower lace. We already prepped base for that. This is double base with 6 aluminum tubes. As I already said, we will make 7 balloon bouquet with 24-inch deca bubbles. So the most difficult moment in that idea, we need to find right distance between all layers. We start from aluminum tubes, which is 80 centimeters. And every next layer, we plus more 38 centimeters. This is exactly the distance between layers of 7 deca bubble bouquet, if you inflate it with helium, for example. So, first tubes is 80, next is 118, and last is 156. All that information will be in presentation. You can find it without any problem. So, how we fix our tubes on the base? Exactly in the same way what we use in our table centerpiece. Take one aluminum tube, insert it inside the base, and again squeeze it a little bit, and use hammer for connection. Very easy. And what's important, in that composition, we use the same system of covering aluminum tubes. I mean, we cover it by 260 and make it in correct color, even for bigger one. So that tube is 156 centimeters, and we use just 260 of chrome gold, and it's enough to cover all the tube. So we need to cover last one, but one more moment to explain. When you use 260 chrome, it's better to a little bit make this and inflate it to the end. Now we need to cut neck and add it on our tube. The highest tube is 156 centimeters. We're sorry, we need to change that tube because it was with tape, and now we have some problem. We need to change it, sorry. because we're using tape with this aluminum tube, and it's make so we can't use 260 now. We need to change it. Divide. Using hammer again. And cut new one. Squeeze it. Okay. Firstly, insert, and only after that, squeeze. And now again, use the hammer. Let's back to our 260 chrome gold. And cover our tube. In the end, you need to fix it by tape. Okay. And make the same thing on the top. So, now our frame for 7 balloon bouquet is ready, and we can add clusters and bubbles on them. We already prepped 6 of 7 balloons. So for every aluminum tube, we need to use 2 clusters. One of them inflated on 10 centimeters and the other one on 8. And now we need to fix it on every tube, like this.
Какого диаметра они спрашивают, русские стержни и какого диаметра?
Some of us guys asked which material exactly we're using now. This is a tubes. This is a aluminum tubes. It's not an aluminum rod. It's much more cheaper than aluminum rod and much easier to bend it. So this is the main material for making frames for us for every work. We really love it. It's very cheap and very useful. So let's add another cluster on our frame. When I will add it, Dima will inflate balloons for base decorating. So all big cluster I already fixed. Expecting the highest one. And now I can add all 8 centimeters cluster. Add all clusters in green. Our green. And the last one of small clusters. When I attach a cluster to the frame, I also use the neck of balloon to tie 2 clusters together. It's very important. Because in this way, it's much more stronger.
Я так понимаю, что 14 надо семерку сторон.
So, now we need to decorate our base. Подогнать сюда. Ты между двумя или между одной? Через двумя. So, when we attach duplet, we need to place it between our aluminum tubes. And we need to make it in this way. So, between our balloon should be 2 tubes. And we need to add 2 more duplets. So, it will be a cluster of 6 balloons. So, first diameter of base is 18 centimeters. 18. Okay. Now we need to make next cluster. And here we will add our duplets in this way. Just 1 tube between balloons. And make it 2 more times. That size is 14 centimeters. 14, 1/4. Someone asked us about diameter of tubes. Diameter is 8 millimeters. 8. So, and now we need to add last cluster for the base. It will be cluster from 7-inch chrome inflated on 8 centimeters. It's very easy. 8 millimeters diameter of tube and 8 centimeters that cluster. This cluster we need to put exactly on central tube, on highest tube. And you can see all balloon should be between tubes. So now we cover all our base. And the bottom of our composition is ready. So all structure looks like that. And now we can tie our 24-inch deca bubbles. Yeah. We inflate 6 from 7 balloon. Because we already need to finish our class, we will not inflate 7, but I hope you will understand everything. So, now we can tie all our bubbles to the cluster. First one. And all other balloons. Extremely important, tie that bubbles as tight as possible, as strong as possible, because it makes our bouquet more stable. Okay. And this is the last one. So, we don't have, unfortunately, last bubble because we don't have time for that. But I think you can understand all concepts. That picture, of course, will be in our presentation. And I want to remind you, we will upload our presentation and all pictures of our class to qualatex Facebook group tomorrow. And before we finish, I want to demonstrate you another composition with that concept. It's very useful technique and very useful concept. Also, you can use it with 18-inch foils, with 16-inch latex, with anything. But one important moment. I hope you remember, in previous composition, when we're using 24-inch deca bubble, we use distance between layers 38 centimeters. If you want to use 18-inch foil or 11-inch latex, you need to decrease that distance. In case when you try to make something like that with 18-inch foils and 11-inch latex, you need to use distance 28 centimeters. 28. All that information will be in presentation, and I hope you can understand everything. So, unfortunately, we don't have time to continue, and we can't to demonstrate you another one, our design, what we want to share today. But I really hope you can use something of what we're showing today, and I hope you like it, and I hope you will use it in your business. Thank you very much for watching us.
Я попробую перевести, да? Спасибо всем, кто просмотрел нас.
Thank you. Guys, unfortunately, we cannot hear you now. Unfortunately. Thank you so much, Dominic. You did really amazing job for our industry. Thank you. And
thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Please give a lot of love in the chat.
Hearts.
Big hearts. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolute superstars.
The presentation will be available at the Qualatex page on Facebook. Okay.